Bonani guys, welcome back to yet another video. You guys, we are talking about the Mommy Club, sugar and spicy. I think it's called sugar and spicy and everything nice. You guys, my first impressions when I watched, I was not planning on watching it, right? Because I was just like, ah, it's probably just going to be boring. And then I saw a trend on X. Because listen, once something trends on X, that means it's worth talking about. I decided to go and check it out. And then when I checked it out on Showmax, you guys, it was like when I checked how long it was like 1 hour. I'm like, 1 hour is so long. Guys, it literally did not even feel like 1 hour. Like I wanted it to go on and on. The content, premium content, you guys. First impressions again, I feel like there was way too many, or there's way too many ladies. I think if I counted, there's like seven main characters amongst the ladies besides the additionals. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But yo, guys, like I enjoyed this so much. And you know what? I felt like when we talk about real housewives, I want to see this type of content. These women are educated. Let's just note that they are educated, number one. Number two, even though they are educated, it seems like they've got rich, extremely rich husbands, and their husbands are also educated and successful in their own respective fields or ways. But even though their husbands are also successful, these women are the queens of side hustles. And I think that should teach us something, you guys, that I mean, living in South Africa, let's just start there. You cannot survive on one stream of income. And though these ladies are good financially, because most of them look like they're just coming from generational wealth, that has not stopped them to just like, just eat money that was just like given to them on a silver platter. They are hardworking women. Number three, they love their families, you guys. Their whole life is centered around their families and their husbands. And I think that is a beautiful depiction that you can still have these things at the core of your life and still, and still fit your dreams. Because I think sometimes there's this notion that once you become a mother and once you become a wife and once you put family at the center of everything, that means you're putting yourself behind. And yes, becoming a wife and putting your family at the core of your life, it does obviously come with um, additional work and additional, what's the word? Additional work. It does come with additional work, but it's just to show that, guys, it is possible to have these things at the core of your life. Like, in order for you to be successful, you can still have these things, but obviously it will take, a lot more work than a person who does not have a child. So that was beautiful. I genuinely enjoyed seeing them spending time with their families. And what I noticed, even them spending time with their families, there's nothing forced. You can see it's a natural thing. It's their way of living. But that's one thing about Indians, you guys, that they're grown up with the mentality to put family at the forefront of everything. And I loved that about them. At the end of the day, it is Mommy Club, and I enjoyed that the first episode was like a lot to do with their families. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So your guys, like, these women are rich, rich. You know what's a rich, rich? Like, they are rich, rich. Their homes, you guys, yo. Their homes are just so beautiful. And another thing, these majority of these women, besides one, they are so respectful. And I'm thinking to myself, guys, the real reality show content that we've been fed, why is it always that when we watch reality TV, we're always expecting drama? Like the first episode, yes, eventually there's bound to be drama. I mean, seven women, that is like a crowd. There's bound to be drama, but what I'm saying, the first episode, you're not seeing people throwing unnecessary jabs at people, like, because in real life, guys, you don't meet people and act rude, like, unless you're not fine upstairs and you don't have manners. But in real life, when you meet people, you're cordial with them, you're respectful, And I liked that I saw that. There was no unnecessary drama. Majority of them, even the comments that they were making on the side, they were really like so wholesome. And I'm like, I love this type of content. And I think as South Africa, we need to see more of this because we're tired of seeing toxicity, especially as a Black person coming from a Black community. We need more of this, guys. Come on. This was beautiful. So anyway, my first impression, one of the ladies that I loved, the twins, you guys, Losh and Rish. I loved them. They are 45 years old, you guys. Can you believe it? 45 years old looking that good? Nah. Nah, 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 nah. What are you guys doing? Aging backwards? They are gorgeous. 45 years old. So I loved the twins. I love the relationship that they have between one another. I love their families. One thing I also noticed was that Losh, I think Losh was the one with three kids, with three or with quadrats, what is it called, guys? She's triplets. Yeah, triplets. She's the one with triplets, if I'm not mistaken. So, or Resh, whichever one, guys, I'll get it right as time goes by because there's many of them. But the one with triplets, what I noticed in the diary station, I also liked that the kids had diary stations and we got to hear from them as well. I loved that. When the triplets were having their diary sessions, they said the two actually attend like normal physical school, like where they like go to a physical school, and then the one is doing online school. I loved that so much, you guys, and I think in this day and age, guys, I feel like we need to cater to a child's learning needs. Children are not the same, and I loved that so much, and I feel like um in normal Black households there, but they've never flied. And I'm not saying all Black people are like this, but I'm saying what majority of us are exposed to. Everyone must go to school, and because they triplets, most of us, we were forced to go to the same school as our cousins and our sisters because they attend that school. Never mind what you as the individual child, what are your needs. So I loved that the conversation even in the house was all about education, education, education. I'm just like, that was just such a breath of fresh air. These kids are talking about school, about I loved that, guys. And I think even in the other households, the children are speaking about school, school. I'm like, yo, this is so beautiful, you guys, so beautiful. And I don't want to seem as if I'm being harsh to the Black community because we know, guys, but I'm just like, there's a lot of dynamics and factors to the fact or to factors to why we are a bit behind. But I'm saying we can't always use those excuses. Yeah, you can still be disadvantaged, but still there's a way of living that comes out even in children's mannerisms and your mannerisms. I hope you guys are getting me them. And then we got to see Neliana. Neliana is a gorgeous girl. She's one of the cast members that actually does not have a child. She's a dog mom. Neliana, very beautiful, and she is spicy. I'm just like, she's gonna be the spice, but I feel like she's spicy, but not in she's not that bad, but she's spicy, very spicy. And she was actually planning a baby shower for one of the ladies, and I guess that's how the show used that baby shower to bring women together. Because one thing they'll do on these Real Housewives franchise, like one woman will be having an event and then they'll rope in other women to kind of like, that will be like their meeting points or gathering points to meet other women. So Naliana was actually planning a surprise baby shower for Kim because Kim was pregnant. And one thing I liked about Noliana, that she roped in Kim's mother. I thought that was so considerate, you guys, because in this day and age when we want to do stuff for our friends or for people, we just like, no, it's our type of thing. We're going to plan it alone. I don't know. I don't know why that touched me, but I just thought that was such a thoughtful thing. But again, I think it ties in well to how Indians are just so family orientated, and Yeah, I think that was such a beautiful and beautiful thing to do. And I think it was so considerate to even rope in the mother, considering even though it was like I don't think Kim knows these people like that. So Neliana could have easily just planned an event because I'm sure she didn't even plan it. I'm sure the producers told her to do that. But I think that was such a beautiful thing to do to rope in the mother. And then what else, you guys? Let's see. There was Ashiara. I think her name is Ashiara. Ashiara gives me, guys, that Indian channel on DSTV. She gives me that vibe. She literally took me to India. I'm just like this girl in the way she speaks, in the way she handles herself, and she's only 28 years old. I'm just like, I didn't expect her to be 28 years old. She is so deeply rooted in in her culture, and I said in the way she speaks, in the way she handles herself, in the way she's groomed. Yeah, but she does say that she's very rooted in her culture. She's Hindi, and it was literally taking me to India, you guys. But there's something about, those family, those Indian shows, guys, those families that are extremely rich, and you're just brought up in a way to be well mannered, to be respected, to speak in a good way, to speak blessings, not curses, that type of thing. But there's just some vibe about her that's just like giving me like buffet Kenyana vibes. I don't know what is it about her. Or maybe in my head it's that she seems like a perfectionist because amongst the other ladies, they are Indians from Durban and they're a lot more laid back. But she does not give me an Indian from Durban type of vibe. She gives me an India from India type of vibes. And not just any Indian from India, those are rich ones. That just like kind of judge people who are not like well mannered or acting in a good manner or act in a certain type of way. I don't know what is it about her, but I'm just like I don't know. Tell me if you got those vibes from her, or if it's just me in my head. And then there was a scene where she was actually meeting with Christina. Guys, Christina. At first, I'm just like, I love Christina, but I'm just like, you're Christina. Why is it like you're gonna be too much for me? Christina, when she came to Ashiara's house, one thing I appreciated about her, the way she was eating, I was just like, girl, calm down. But one thing I appreciate about her is that she was being real. I mean, if you came to someone's house and you were hungry, and that's how you eat that way. But for me personally, I would have not eaten like that. And yeah, it was giving like she's being real. Number two, she has a toddler, you guys, and the toddler is all over. And you could see as Shiara was kind of like uncomfortable and low key, like judging her. One thing I don't get about mothers, you guys, if people are mothers and you've had kids and you've had toddlers, why do people judge people who have like toddlers who don't listen? Like her child is in like what they call the terrible twos. Like when a child is 2 years old, you can't control them, you can't tell them nothing. They are their own person at that point. But I feel like a lot of people will kind of like judge people with children who are like rowdy in a sense that they are all over. And I'm just like, what is she supposed to do? Because the child didn't even want the nanny. Even at the end, when they were actually attending the baby shower, people are kind of like looking at her like funny. I kind of felt embarrassed for her, but I'm just like, guys, I feel like you guys are low key like judging her because if you're a mother, you should at least understand this, like this side of things. The child's a toddler, the child did not want the nanny, and the child constantly wants the mother. What should she have done? But anyway, Christina is so spicy, you guys. Even when she was at Ashiara's house, she was like she said in a diary session the tea was cold. Then she swapped the tea. She's like, can we swap tea? She's like, what was that about? That was just like weird because like, why should I be drinking from the same cup as you where you backwashed? Where you backwashed? Why should I be drinking from that? So I'm just like, Christina needs to, I don't know. Even when she was by the baby shower, it looked like she was busy saying that one of the twins was trying to prove something about her husband. But I'm like, you, Christina, are the one that's actually giving those vibes. Like everything is literally about your husband this, your husband that. And I mean, I don't know if she forgets that she's sitting around the smart and educated woman because she was arguing the point that her husband just graduated and then he did ComServe, which should qualify him to be a GP, but she is adamant that he is not a GP. And she's adamant that he is at the level of operating people. Guys, I wouldn't have even told the difference. Listen, Christina would have lied to me like, and I would have not even been able to tell the difference. But listen, I was schooled, I was educated a bit by those ladies as well. So, Christina, I'm just like, my babe, just keep quiet because I mean, that was not your qualification anyway. So, I don't expect you to understand it that way. But, like, why are you leading conversations with that? Like, just calm down. I feel like low key, it's giving you are kinda you have low self-esteem in the fact that you are not as established as these other ladies and you feel like your husband has done that so you're gonna lead by that, which there's nothing wrong being proud about your husband's accomplishments, but in a setup where there are ladies that are just hardworking like that, it doesn't portray her good light. I mean, there's nothing wrong even in being a stay-at-home wife or woman. Like, there's nothing wrong in saying, I chose to sit down and take care of my kids. I don't think the ladies would have even judged her for that. But the vibe she's giving, I mean, at this point, she's the only off one in the group. So we'll see, but she gives me a little bit, she gives me like cuckoo's type of vibes. But I appreciate her. And I feel like she's actually a good fit into this group because, I mean, they titled this mommy club Sugar and Spice. So we want to see the spice. So I guess she is the spice. Lastly, you guys, one thing I did want to mention, guys, Londi. Londi under delivered with that decor. I feel like when she was telling Neliana about, what she's gonna do, like she overpromised. But when I saw that decor, it was so underwhelming. I was just like, no, ma'am. Like, or maybe I shouldn't judge her because sometimes, guys, we're so quick to judge these decor people, but really they work with a budget. So maybe the budget is not budgeting. Maybe they did not give her a budget and she was working with the budget. But I'm just like the things that she said she was going to deliver. I'm just not seeing it. Where was the gold? I don't remember seeing a touch of gold. I just remember seeing blue and white. And I agree with Asharia that the blue was just too much. The blue was just too much. It is giving it's a boy more than beach vibes. So I don't know if I want to judge Londi, but listen, the ladies were too kind. Most of them were complimenting the scenery and the decor. And I'm like, you ladies know very well that, come on, it was giving low budget type of vibe. But anyway, I appreciate the kindness. And that's why I'm saying that in reality, you will not go around saying to people that their decor was ugly. So I appreciate that they actually did not do that. But anyway, good episode. I'm really going to rate this an 8 out of 10. I am looking forward to the next episode. If you did get to watch it, tell me what you think about this. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge. And I'll see you guys in the next one.